nigga hop in that window, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry, that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night, cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot, cause we ballin' and spittin' up a
Miss out. Bringing you the real truth, exposed. The Canadian Dawn is digging deeper, asking what others won't, and broadcasting it uncensored. For real. Join the conversation live with facts you can see and voices you can trust. Subscribe today.
Hi guys, welcome to Thursday. Before we go any further, let's see if the audio is on. The audio is on. We're ready to go. Welcome to Thursday night, guys. It's my favorite night of the week. Why? Is because the weekend is just around the corner. And I'm a sucker for weekends, but Thursday is my favorite night because weekends go by so darn fast. So welcome to my freedom family, my common sensors, my purebloods, my once upon a time purebloods. The our American freedom fighters also. We can't forget about those people. I love you guys all. Welcome to Thursday night to more truth. Got a lot of stuff tonight, guys. So we're going to zoom by it. But first, before we go any further, of course, we always got to do the shout outs to see which one of my freedom family is watching tonight. We had a good turnout the other night. Obviously, guys, when I use StreamYard, I don't get the amounts that I should be getting, the 15 to 20,000. But if I do a live on Facebook, I'll get it. But the problem when you do a live on Facebook, I can't do show you videos and pictures and stuff like that. That's the only downside to that. So anyway, well, StreamYard it is because not everybody can just take my word for it now, right? So anyway, first shout outs going out to, of course, Miss Judy Horn from Kentucky. There's our American family. Gilles Bourgeois, Sean, brother from a different mother. Look what Sean got me. Are you offended? Well, whippity-doo-dah, right? That's what Sean got me for Christmas. Of course, the Archie bunker. He would have been the best prime minister, huh? Him and Don Cherry. Can you imagine him as the president, Don Cherry as the vice president? That'd be a great time to be alive. All right, so Winita, how you doing, Miss Winita? Marcel, Robbie Show, Camaro Chevy Girl, Yolanda, Cheryl Bacon, Miss Therese, Miss Lena, Gloria from Winnipeg, which is always cold. I think I just seen something like -50. That I said, forget that. It's the only province I will not live in, no matter what. I've lived in every province. Manitoba will never be the one. No matter if you pay me $1 million a year, and I do swear in the Bible to that, I will never live in Manitoba, not even for $1 million a year. Sorry. How you doing, Dan's here? Kathy McCadden, Maria, Steve from Nova Scotia, Freedom Lynn from Niagara, Debbie Kwan, Miss Brenda Pryor, May, Matt Sawyer, Sylvia, all the way from the island, Lena Brent, all the way from North Carolina, Gloria, there she is with the -50. Yeah, no thanks. How you doing, Jane, Mac, Michelle? Good luck with that, Michelle. But keep in mind, Michelle, always stay positive because positive attracts positive. Always tell your body that you're good, you're healthy, because if you put in your mind that you're not healthy and there's something wrong, guess what? There will be something wrong. The mind really matters on how your body treats itself. Let's just put it this way. All right. Positive, positive, positive. All right. Miss Kim from The Rock. Who else here? Gloria, Roland. Let's see. Ruby, Miss Brother from a Different Mother, Joelle. Ron from the Winnipeg or Winterpeg area, of course. And who else, guys? And Louis LeBlanc, Martin, brother from a different mother always, and Barbara from Texas, Hee Haw, Nancy, Mo, and that will be it. And Gloria. All right, first things first, guys. I got a few things. Let's go by this. All right, I got some stuff that I wrote down. Look at that. I wrote down a full page of stuff. You guys can't see. There's too much light. All right, maybe if I turn off the light, but you guys don't need to see it. But I'm going to turn off the light anyway, just to see. I'm just curious, guys. Can you see? Oh, that's even better. Let's see. Too much light. See, just so you know, I got Cole's notes, I guess you can call them. All right. And how you doing, Chris? No, you're not late. We just started. And Miss Lee's. All right. First things first. Trump said it the other day when he was getting interviewed. Right before his Davos speech, he said Macron said something, and he said, "Well, it doesn't matter because Macron is going to be booted out in 2 months." So the people that live, I don't think Lisa's on right now from the UK, but when Trump says that Macron is gone in 2 months, you can take that to the bank. Macron will be gone in 2 months. And it's kind of weird that Macron was wearing those glasses. Did he get his ass kicked again from his husband, aka his father? Right? He was wearing sunglasses, which Trump made fun of, during his WEF Davos speech when he was making fun of, how you doing, Miss Carrie? I was wondering where you were. And Miss Lee's, your 60th birthday. You don't even look a day out of 30, to be honest with you. I remember working with Lee's at the Rock and Rodeo in our younger days. One of the hottest bartenders that I remember back in the 90s. What's up, Marcel the Tiger? Yeah. He's in Jamaica. You're still in Jamaica, man. Actually, we have a Jamaican man working with us today for this week. Great guy, actually. Make fun of him. Make fun with him, I can say. But he takes it like a champ, and that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? And how you doing, Patty Votor? So anyway, like I said, a lot of things have happened in the Davos, and a lot of detective. If you're a detective like myself, member of the Black Eye Club, yeah, definitely. Even though we all know that he's already had the bruises on his eyes a long time ago. Is he coked out? Who knows? Either way, it was pretty funny to be seeing him wear aviator glasses. That could be a code too, guys. Aviator glasses. We don't know. All right. I will eventually will come up. What's up, Vincent Guimont? We just started, but I didn't share anything yet. And Jaco. How you doing, Jaco? Macron, Stormer, and Carney. Of course. Not only did he warn Carney, and he put a very good warning, and he didn't even call him Prime Minister Carney. He called him Mark. All right. And of course, Stormer, and I've told this to Lisa, it's just a matter of time for Keir Starmer in the UK. It's a matter of time for all of them. And also, I'm going to show you something. So first things first, Trump really put a shit on, I guess you could say, to Macron. So I'm going to erase that so I don't talk about it. Even Marco Rubio, his speech at the WF had all the globalists in a meltdown. So he pretty much warned everybody that USA is taking over. All right. Just to let you know. Elizabeth says the chat's not working for me. I can see comment, but I can't chat. I can't see Jeff. Well, that doesn't make sense. How you doing, Dale? All right. So a lot of things happen, and I've got a lot of videos and I got a lot of stuff, but I'm going to try to keep it on the Davos for a minute. I'm going to show you some videos. Obviously, they're going to show themselves, but I want you guys to check this because he always gives drips. All right. And then flood, drip, flood. So I want you guys to put on your thinking caps, which you don't need any thinking caps. And you tell me what the, what would be the hint? What would be the awakening on this little 14-second spiel that Donald Trump did? And I want you guys to, jump in and tell me what you think.
Wars are the worst of all. Wars are worse than anything. But we can stop wars because that's sort of up to us. But things like dust flying in the air, wherever COVID comes from or whatever comes.
So what do you guys think he meant from that? I want your guys' opinions. What did you think he meant by that? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, I seen Martin with Elon saying peace as in P-I-E-C-E, not peace. Yes, exactly. I was going to get to that, Martin, but you're jumping all over the place. So what do you think Trump meant by dust flying? Exactly. Flying in the air, causing, yeah, guys, believe it or not, that's exactly where the fake COVID started with the coughs, is what they're putting in the air, which is AKA barium, aluminum, and other kinds of chemicals that are making people's lungs, deteriorate, where the actual people getting bronchitis, and then the they look like little airbags are filled up, and I can't remember the exact name of them, but they're filled up with liquid. It's because of the chemical trails, all right? So he pretty much warned everybody that DAVOS that this is going to stop with the chemical trails. So you guys are all smart. How you doing, John? You guys are all smart. How you doing, Dan? So, there's no hiding that. But smart dust 2, that was coming next. Smart dust 2. There's a lot of there's a lot of definitions when it comes to what they mean by smart dust. Lynn, I never looked into what the smart dust is about, to be honest with you. But if you want to share that, Lynn, with the group with the smart dust, but yeah, he meant about that too. But it's been getting worse and worse. How you doing, Judy Ann? Yes, of course, shedding is real. I know it's real, Jaco, because it actually happened to me and it happened to my son when all this COVID stuff was happening. We're in an arena and full of people, literally full of arena full of vaccinated people in Quebec. And when we won the championship, everybody was hugging us, my son and myself, because I was a coach. And that very night, I ended up in the hospital because I didn't feel too good. I wasn't vomiting, but I felt dizzy. I felt nauseous. And my son landed in the hospital. 100% that we were shedded on that very day. Actually, the whole weekend, because it was a tournament the whole weekend. But my God, was it ever bad. And my son landed in the hospital for almost 2 days because of it. So anyway, yeah, best to look it up. Yeah, my memory isn't so great. Yeah, so anyway, smart dust too. So, for people to think that that Orange Man bad, it's literally impossible at this point to even get to the point that Donald Trump is bad. There is no if, ands, or buts. There really is no if, ands, or but. Well, they're all in it together. Donald Trump's just playing a part. I am so sick and tired of hearing that. It's literally impossible at this very point to be that dumb and ignorant to actually believe that Donald Trump is the same. He has been... I got a video and I'm going to show you. It's a common sense video. You're going to love it with Rand Paul, all right, and Cruz. It's almost a 6-minute video, but I want you guys to hear. It's a common sense video. And I want you guys, when you're listening to this video, all right, it tells you everything you need to know on how to say, is Donald Trump good or is Donald Trump bad? All right. I want you guys to literally focus on this video and open up those brains of yours, right? Open up that pineal gland. And if you ever have a doubt, like Mr. Freedom, he calls himself Mr. Josh Bigger, aka Mr. Big Time, when he went on that whole rant, and I still hate the guy with a passion. He still doesn't want to answer my messages of come and debate with me. When he went on saying Donald Trump's not there to save us, Donald Trump saved us. Donald Trump has saved us from 2017, which was going to be the biggest mess in history of humanity. All right, with what Hillary Clinton was planning and what the globalists were planning, Donald Trump has already saved us. All right, plain and simple. Okay, but I'm going to show you this 5-minute and 48-second video. If anybody ever one day has any doubt, how you doing, Sheila from Texas? Any doubt that Donald Trump is playing two sides, you better think again, because you know what? It's not a very good game of what the globalists and the elitists are trying to do. And let's not keep in mind, before Donald Trump's plane landed in Davos, it actually did a turn. Okay, just to let you guys know, maybe you guys following, maybe you guys didn't. But the reports is that there was an electrical problem on his plane, that he couldn't land in Davos. Now, common sense? Okay, so he couldn't land in Davos, so he went somewhere else and took a smaller plane and landed in Davos and took a helicopter. So whatever electrical problem happened on his plane, it still landed somewhere else. So a lot of people don't think, they're really that dumb. They don't think, well, okay, he couldn't land in Davos because there was an electrical problem on his plane, his billion-dollar plane, but he could land somewhere else and take a smaller plane. No, there was a security breach. There was something. They've been trying to, who knows what would have happened? Who knows what happened? Just like yesterday, there was a funky smell that where people were coughing. Remember that one, guys? All right, just to let you know. And who knows what would have happened? What did he say? There was a room that was burning, right? That's who's going to believe that, right? The Davos statement. A room was burning. No, there's something that was happening. Who knows what was happening? But I want you guys to listen to this video and think for a second. And once you guys are hearing these things, throw them out in the comment section. Here we go.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The nub of the Democrats' argument today is that the concept of presidential immunity is somehow unprecedented, is somehow remarkable. That claim is utterly ahistorical and disconnected from the entire constitutional history of the Republic. General Mukasey, before 2023, how many times has the President of the United States been indicted?
None.
Before 2023, how many times has a former President of the United States been indicted?
None.
In the last 2 years, how many times has President Donald J. Trump been indicted?
4 times, I believe.
Now, many presidents of both parties have engaged in controversial actions, and yet none of them have been indicted. Let me ask you, General Mukasey, if a private citizen were to erect an internment camp and to forcibly kidnap American citizens, to single them out because of race, and to imprison them based on their race, would that private citizen be subject to criminal prosecution?
Would.
When President Franklin Delano Roosevelt did the exact same thing and erected Japanese internment camps, was FDR prosecuted?
He was not.
Let me ask you, similarly, if a private citizen were, say, to detonate a nuclear weapon over a city and kill over 140,000 people, and then if that private citizen a few days later detonated another nuclear bomb over another city and killed 75,000 people, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Harry Truman prosecuted for detonating nuclear weapons over Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
He was not.
All right, how about this? If a private citizen launched a weaponized drone and killed a United States citizen, could that private citizen be criminally prosecuted?
He would.
Was President Barack Obama criminally prosecuted when he killed United States citizens using drones without notice and without due process?
He was not. Although, as far as due process is concerned, I believe the comment of my successor to that question was that Anwar al-Awlaki got, quote, all the process that was necessary.
Well, although I suspect he might disagree with that assessment were he able to present his case.
Right.
All right. Let's contrast that with the rules that govern other federal officials. You were a judge for 19 years. As a federal judge, did you have immunity from your official acts?
For my official act, yes.
Do federal prosecutors have immunity from their official acts?
They do.
Now, the distinction between official acts and personal acts is not a terribly shocking distinction. Under the decision of Trump versus United States, if any president walks onto the sidewalk and just shoots a citizen, is that president liable to be prosecuted?
He is.
How about this? If a president steals funds from his campaign, does that president face criminal liability?
He does.
How about this? if a president sexually assaults, let's say, an intern in the Oval Office, is the president subject to criminal prosecution for that?
He could be.
So that distinction, again, is not a shocking distinction. The Founding Fathers vested the executive power in a single president of the United States. What we have seen in the last 2 years is we have seen Democrats deliberately weaponizing the Department of Justice and our legal system to target their political opposition. It is not an accident that every indictment against President Trump was brought by a Democrat and was brought after he announced his campaign for President of the United States. Understand, the target of those indictments was not ultimately President Trump, it was the voters. It was prosecutors who were terrified that the voters would choose to re-elect President Trump. One of the great things about the United States is we're not a banana republic. Since 2000, the nation of Pakistan has had 6 former prime ministers prosecuted and convicted. Brazil has had 3 former presidents arrested and imprisoned. Last year, Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega arrested, charged, and imprisoned 40 political opponents. General Mukasey, you are Attorney General of the United States. Is it the proper role of the Department of Justice to prosecute and target the political opponents of whoever happens to be President of the United States?
It is most assuredly not.
Thank you.
If you guys picked up on all of that, you would have seen that everything that he talked about was against every other president, and not one of them have been indicted. And President Trump has been indicted 4 times that they wanted. And let's not talk about how many times they wanted him impeached, twice. And you guys or your friends or your co-workers think that President Trump is a bad person. President Trump is working along with the elites and the globalists. That is insanity at the top. Like, you know how the IQ is anything under 70 is recorded as retarded? Well, that's exactly what anybody that thinks by now that Donald Trump is a globalist would have to be completely retarded with the amount of stuff. Even to this very day, if you turn on the channel, any channel on the news to this very day, just turn it on and they'll be trashing Donald Trump. And these people are thinking that Donald Trump is one of them. It just blows my mind. I don't even know how to say it. I'm just confused, really confused. But again, like I said, not too many people are out there in this day and age. All right, so enough about that. Let's get into some more stuff. We all remember this. As soon as Carney says China partnership sets up the new world order, that's the face of someone that looks at him, Premier Mo, and goes, what the hell did you just say? I know you guys seen this, but take a good look at that face, because that's a face saying, adios, we're gone. Saskatchewan, we're gone. Alberta, we're gone. Oh, you don't believe me for Alberta? Alberta's not gone? Check this out. That brings back memories, guys, when I had lineups like that, when I used to own my nightclub. My lineups were around the corner and it was crazy. Not as bad as that, but they were crazy. So yeah, I mean, that's just one lineup. I mean, it was like unbelievable, obviously. So it's goodbye now that, what Mark Carney did in WEF, which was all pre-planned, just to let you know, because he's trying to poke the bear. And then unfortunately, it's not the Russian bear, it's the American bear. And he's doing it on purpose. So just to let you guys know, someone asked me that, why is he doing that? Why is Mark Carney always, on Donald Trump? Is because they're trying to set up the propaganda, and that propaganda is shit like this. All right, I'm going to show you. It's shit like this. Where are we here? It's shit like this. New study finds that 80% of Canadians have trust in Mark Carney. Now, if you really believe that, you really are, the brain cells of a retard or a Somalian. Let's just put it that way. All right. So yeah, you got that crap, and then there's another thing of crap, propaganda. Check this out, because what they're trying to do now for the next 3 to 4 months or 3 months before the election, is they're going to put a lot of fear in those boomers. And you really got to slap a boomer in the head, don't care how old they are, and say enough is enough already. All right, enough is enough already. Either, depending on their age, either you vote conservative and stop messing up our economy, or I'm going to give you your vaccine, your 10th vaccine shot or booster myself. You understand? Because at this time in age and 6 years and all the hurt that's been happening, and for the last 11 years, it's time that if you are that dumb, then it's time for people to start putting booster shots in all the liberals and all the boomers. Sorry, that's not the filter. There's no filter when it comes to me, when it comes to protecting my son's future. And check this out. This is the other propaganda. Canada prep in response to hypothetical U.S. military invasion for the first time in a century, report says. Do you even, we have the gayest military in all of the world. I've seen a lot of military in my life, from Colombia, the Venezuelan military, to Brazilian military, Mexican military, of course, the United States military. And I haven't seen overseas, but I can just imagine. But in this part of the world, we have the gayest military in all of North America, on this part of the hemisphere, I guess you could say. I don't know about overseas. I'm sure that India and Pakistan have pretty much as gayest armies or military as we do, but we really do have the dumbest and the most gayest military. I know, because I had a few workers that used to work for me at my nightclub, and it's pretty damn funny that they joined the army. I was like, wow, that doesn't surprise me at all. One was like literally a crackhead, drug addict, and the other one was like, didn't know if he was a girl, a boy, or refrigerator, and they got accepted in the army. So that's what I mean for that. And since people that are voting liberal, and I'm glad for this. I'm really so happy, because most of the people voting liberal are these people. The federal workers are getting, there's 40,000 federal workers, government workers, that are getting laid off. That's right, guys, 40,000. So that's 40,000 less votes for the libtards. All right. It's great. I love it. I love it. These government workers, the amount of money they pay for, it's disgusting. You don't even understand the amount of money these federal workers make. It's disgusting. All right. I hate to say it. Let's see here. I should answer some of your guys. Let's see what you guys are saying here. First time on your live, Jeff. Great show. Thank you, Miss Kenny. I would help Americans against libtards. Of course, wouldn't we all? When Trump says something, it's going to happen. Yeah, of course. It definitely. I'll give you an example. A lot of people are waiting for the EBS, and people send me personal messages and say, Jeff, when do you think the EBS? And I've told you guys before, I don't believe in the EBS. All right. Number one, I don't believe in the emergency broadcasting system. I don't believe that. I don't believe in 10 days of darkness. I don't believe in shutting down the world. It's literally impossible and human. Like they kind of did it for the COVID, and you've seen what happened to the world. It turned into chaos, right? I don't think they have the balls to do that again for anything. All right. So my prediction, there's no EBS. All right. That's gone. But I do believe in Nazera Jazera. All right. And just like Trump, when Elon Musk says something, Elon Musk knows just as much as Trump does. So I want you guys to turn on your hearing aids for the people in the back. I want you to hear what Elon Musk says, and you tell me what he says if it registered in your brain. You ready for this? Here we go.
One like side recommendation I have is like, don't worry about like squirreling money away for retirement in like 10 or 20 years. It won't matter.
Either we're not going to be here, or
It's you won't need to save for retirement. If any of the things that we've said are true, saving for retirement will be irrelevant.
the services will be there to support you. You'll have the home, you'll have the healthcare, you'll have the entertainment.
Did you guys hear that? Let me see your comments. I bet you guys never seen that video before. He literally said, you don't have to put money away for retirement. I wonder what that means, right? What could that mean, guys? Don't have to worry. Now, don't go and take this word and start blowing your money out on buying, going on trips to Thailand and stuff like that now and say, in 10 years saying that Jeff Freedom told me not. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is take a very good look and what's going on in the world and what Elon Musk just said about we won't have to worry about the future. Now, I don't know what he means by us. You know, I don't know if it's Canadian or American, but I'm personally thinking it's going to be, Jazera Nazera. All right. So me personally, yeah, I do believe everyone's going to get with the birth certificates. And I know not everybody followed me on the whole parts with the birth certificates, but when you're born, you get a birth certificate. That's why it's all in capital letters, and we're traded on the stock market. So we're worth, depending on your age, we're worth millions and millions and millions of dollars that they trade on the stock market. This is where and how Nazera Jazera comes into play. I just do not know how they're going to roll it out. That's the only thing I can't figure out. I do believe they will give you bits and pieces every month or every year, either way. But it's not like you're getting $5 million and you quit your job and no, people got to work. The society's got to go on. But I do believe that we'll be getting so much a month to live on, but we'll also be paying cheap gas. America's got $2 a gallon gas, guys. That's less than 50 cents a liter here in Canada. Can you imagine 50 cents a liter in Canada? I mean, how old was I, without giving out my age, when you guys seen 50 cents behind the pump? We literally, I could go to Toronto and back not just, me, but I think you could go to Toronto and back in less than $120, if I'm not mistaken, on 50 cents a liter. If I do remember being 16 years old, and I think the gas was like 50 or 60 cents, I used to go to Toronto and back on $120. All right. Just to let you guys know. All right. Without giving out my age, which I'm only 29, just to let you guys know in case you guys are trying to, but we're not going to get into whole straw man theory and all that. That's a whole different thing, guys, a whole different demon. Elizabeth says it's $1.53 here. Yeah, I mean, imagine. I can't wait not to pay. And the food prices will be low, like in the 80s. Shit, Ray, you just give out your age there. I remember gas wars of 25 cents a liter. Jesus, how old are you? I mean, were the dinosaurs roaming the land with 25 cents? I don't even remember that. Like 29 years old, I can't remember that stuff. So, yeah, and you're right. No one can afford to save for retirement due to today's economic. Listen, I mean, me and the girlfriend combine our salaries, and this is not to brag. This is just to show you about this. We combine our salaries. We clear about $14,000 a month. We don't drive. I drive a 2010 Ford Edge. She drives a 2014 Subaru Crosstrek. All right, just to let you know. We don't own the house. We rent it. we still got to do she's got to do tutoring after her job, and she makes good money. She's a teacher. And she still got to tutor after, and I got to do extra things after to make ends meet. And we don't have money to put away for retirement. So when you have a couple that makes $14,000 clear a month and you can't make ends meet, I can't even imagine what everybody else is feeling. All right, that own homes and make car payments and stuff like that. I own an apartment building. I make good chunk of change, but I don't know how anyone does it these days. During the COVID in 2020, gas came down to 58 cents a liter. During COVID, shit. I don't know where you were, Steve, but during the COVID, gas was $2.50 a liter in Quebec. I remember because I was losing my shit. All right. Losing my shit. It was $2.58. So I don't know where you got the 58 cents a liter. I don't know where you live, but does anybody remember 58 cents a liter during COVID? I can't remember. It went crazy up. All right. Let's share some more videos. So you guys heard Elon Musk. That's going to definitely come out. I have to share this video, guys. It's literally Senator Kennedy talking about the tards. And I do mean the tards that actually believe cow farts cause emissions, and because actually there actually is people that believe that farming cows when they fart cause emissions, carbon emissions, just to let you know. So check this out.
You know, if you believe that, I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die.
Yeah, exactly. If you believe cow farts cause carbon emissions, that's why they make people believe, right? Because it's very stupid. It's a very good plan, but it's a very stupid plan that, of course, whoever controls the food controls the world, right? Whoever controls the money controls the world, but you still need food. You can't eat money. So they've been trying to slaughter, and not trying, they've been slaughtering hens and chickens and cows and what other meats? Pigs. They've been slaughtering them for the past 3 to 5 years, making people believe with this whole avian flu crap and this whole pork. I can't remember what that pork stuff was all about. I can't remember what it was. And with the cows, now they're saying the cows are bringing up the climate change. And you really got retards that believe in that will believe that cows are causing carbon emissions when they fart. Just to let you know, you actually will have retards that believe that. And these are the retards, and I hate to say it, these are the people that we need to shame and blame and stop being, oh, they just don't know. No. That's not the time to wait for them. That's not the time they'll come out of their shell. No. It's been a long time now. It's time to, put it into them. Shame and blame them. Make them a laughing stock of society. Maybe one day they'll actually realize when they're getting teased. All right. I don't care if it's your neighbor. I don't care if it's your son or your siblings. None of that. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to read it. It's going to be in fine small print. You guys are not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to read it. I got to enlarge the screen. But I'm going to read with the gentleman that's named Howard Lutnick. And if you guys don't know who Howard Lutnick is, he's an American government official who serves as the Secretary of Commerce for the United States. So when he went to Davos, this is what he literally he laid it out there. So let me read it to you guys. Okay. So Howard, globalism just died in Davos. So basically what I'm saying to you, when he went and he was on stage, this is exactly what he said. Globalism has failed, not whispered, not softened, declared on their own stage. He dismantled the entire WEF doctrine in minutes. Offshoring hollowed out the West. Cheap labor destroyed innovation. Net zero made Europe dependent on China. Sovereignty begins with borders. Nations must control their industry, energy, and medicine. Then came the line that shook the whole room. Why would Europe agree to net zero when they don't even make a battery? That's the true globalists. They can't answer. Green agendas without industry. Climate pledges without sovereignty, moral posturing while outsourcing power to Beijing. America first isn't isolation, it's independence. And Lutnick made it crystal clear the old model is finished. And yeah, guys, like I said, he literally went on stage at Davos and literally told them all that. Pretty much, you're done. And even Trump came out and said, did I have a video of that? But he literally said, only, how did he put that? Only stupid people would buy into the green scam. Remember the whole turbines. He said, China don't have turbines. They have like one field to show that they have turbines, but they sell all that BS to countries that buy into that global green scam. And he actually called it a climate green scam. And that's, I mean, come on, think about it. If he's calling it out there, it's not because, I mean, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's a complete scam. But you would have the Canadians saying, oh, he's losing his mind. No. We definitely, climate change is happening. You know, I've seen it. You know, like not including the 10 feet of snow outside, but it's happening because back in 30 years ago, we had 30 feet of snow. So it's happening. And I remember seeing a documentary with polar bears starving because of the ice was melting up north and stuff like this. Not realizing what AI is all about and how AI makes everything look foolish. All right. So yeah, it's just, what can I say? And speaking of foolish, check this piece of crap out. Yeah, that's Trudeau at his WEF meeting. Speaking of, the biggest piece of shit on the face of this earth. And the second would be Mark Carney, of course. And of course, the Soros and all that. They're in the top 10. But look at his big speech with how many people out there, guys. Isn't that great? Don't you guys feel great when you just see that? All right. Don't you guys love that when you see that beautiful picture of his speech? And you know what? I think it was the same like that last year. I remember sharing something like that last year, that his speech in Davos when he went was literally the same. It had like 20, 30 people, if that. All right. So, and speaking of a joke, here, I think it was here. Was it here that I had? Yeah, China is smart. They make windmills, sell them for a fortune, and sell them to the stupid people that buy them. You know, that's he really blasts the stupid people. And he actually used the word stupid. So if Trump can use the word stupid, I can use the word retard, right? That's how I look at it. And here's another one when he was sitting down. Listen to what Trump says in Davos today. Well, wars are worse than anything, but we can stop wars because that's the sort of up to us. But things like the dust flying in the air whenever COVID comes from. We've already did the video, but you guys seen that. You guys seen it for yourself. You heard it from yourself, right? All right, let's deduct that. And then speaking of jokes, this is probably the biggest joke. And apparently it's not a joke. So this is the new health ambassador hired by the Wales government. Meet 23-year-old Atika Ahmed. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Who cares? A health ambassador and dietitian in Wales, UK. She is an asylum seeker from Pakistan. Her health tips will help the UK. Can you imagine that? Make that make sense, guys. Make that make sense. When you guys can make sense to this, then tell me that this ain't a clown world. All right. Especially in the UK. The UK is a big joke. And I know Donald Trump said it himself that he's cleaning house and it doesn't even matter. And speaking of a clown circus, of course, Mark Carney made huge deals with China, but look at this. There's actually a China travel advice. Exercise a high degree of caution. That's right. There's a travel advice, high degree of caution when traveling to China. Oh, great partners, Carney. But it's great because this is the exposure the exposure of the Liberal Party. This is the exposing of Mark Carney and his globalist banking schemes. It's great. That's all I care. It's superb. All right. You couldn't ask for a better script of what Mark Carney is going through right now. And speaking of in the States, let's get to Waltz. Waltz is calling out the Minnesota National Guard. And as you can see, if you guys ever seen that movie, This is his National Guard, those Somalians. And this is like a real true thing. These were Somalian pirates in a Tom Hanks movie that he played. I can't remember what the movie was called. Captain, I think it was, with the Somalian, what do you call them? Somalian, not Vikings, but I can't believe the guys that used to go around and in the sea ripping off people. What? Not Vikings, but pirates. Pirates. I can't believe I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, the Somalian pirates going around stealing boats and ships and stuff like that. And it looks like Timmy Walsh, Tampax Max there or Walsh is going to call the national. Can you imagine the national, which are made up of school teachers, government workers. Well, who cares? Can you imagine a school teacher as a National Guard? Anyway, especially the schools today. And speaking of Tom Hanks in the movie, check this out. Mr. Hanks bought an island in a very precarious location, says Greek Foreign Minister Alex J. Whatever. We can neither prosecute him nor offer him for extradition. I can't even pronounce it. So eviction is the lawful alternative. Hanks has 14 days to forfeit the island he calls home for nearly 3 years. The Greek government is obligated to give him fair market value for the property. So he's been extradited, guys. That's right. The Greece is kicking out the fake Tom Hanks, even though we know the real Tom Hanks has been executed in Gitmo back in 2020. This is the fake, Tom Hanks. And guys, please, I'm not crazy. I've already shared back in 2020 the photos of him arriving from Australia, getting arrested, literally photos that leaked out with him being met at the airport in LA, getting arrested by the marshals, okay, or the special marshals. I can't even remember what it was, but yes, he's been arrested. And speaking of clowns and this, check this out. This was an arrest made in Ontario over the week, guys. Check this out. Brampton man charged after getting pulled over and missing tires. Look what this truck driver from Brampton. Could you say the flip-flop crew? Right? Durka. Look what he was driving on the road. Isn't that, guys, when it comes to this, I mean, when it comes to winter with these immigrants on the road, don't take any chance. Wear your seatbelt. If you're like me that never wears a seatbelt when you're driving in town, I wear it now in town. And I definitely wear it on the highway. All right, because you got these foreigners. There was a little bit of snow today in Moncton, New Brunswick. All of a sudden, Durka in the ditch, Ontario plates. What do you think? Comes out of the van, even though I pass by and honk my horn. Get off the road. Of course, he has the whole turban, Durka. Go blank yourself. All right. Just seen that an hour ago. I don't know what that means, but I think that is all that I have. Do I have another video for you guys? Do I? I do, but I don't. Yeah. For the people that keeps on talking about hand signals, when you see Donald Trump doing these hand signals and you're like, oh my God, Jeff, he's doing the pyramid hand signal. Here's a little 30-second video to tell you the difference from this to this for the people that don't know and still crap all over him.
The pyramid is upside down.
Turn the pyramid upside down.
Common sense again. Common sense. It's the spear. And if you guys know anything about that spear, look it up. I think that will be it for tonight, guys. It's been a long hour. I've been actually getting all this research for you guys. And just to let you know, before I forget, remember how I told everybody about Putin? And everybody was worried about Putin? I've told you guys for the past 5 years, going on six in March, that Putin's working with Trump. Xi's working with Trump. The Saudi Arabian prince is working with Trump. North Korean Kim is working with Trump. Bolsonaro is working with Trump. And what did Putin just donated for this whole peace? What was it called? This board of peace that they just signed the other day. So Putin is giving Trump for this piece of the board of peace, and a bunch of countries have joined in this board of peace. Putin is donating $1 billion for this board of peace, $1 billion. So yeah, Putin and Trump, huh? Bad people. Remember that, bad people. And of course, there's many countries that signed on this board of peace, except for Canada. Just to let you know, except for Canada. So keep that in mind, what the Liberal Party is going to do. Guys, if you only knew what the Liberal Party really deserve, I'd probably be getting a knock on my door what I really think what the Liberal Party, what needs to happen to the Liberal Party. But I don't need to do it, because I guarantee Trump and the White Hats are coming to get Jolie, Justin Trudeau, you name them, Mark Carney, Dominic LeBlanc, which I've already told it to his face. Get ready for Gitmo, buddy. So anyway, I love you guys all. Take care. I hope I taught you guys a few things tonight. That's why I do these podcasts, to give you guys comfort, to make you guys positive. And it's going to get better. Even though it's getting tough, it's going to get better. Stick it, because we always got to go through this to wake up the rest of the people that put us through this. You understand? And that's why I get very angry. If you know people that are still voting Liberal, they're still messing with your life. They're messing with my life. They're messing with our kids' future. It's time to stop being, comforting them and start shaming and blaming these people. That's the best advice I can give to you guys, especially with the new election coming around the corner in April. All right, guys, I love you all. Here's a little tonight's outro. I think it's pretty fitting. I know you guys seen it a few times, but I kind of like it. And puts a big smiley face on me and a couple of tears in the Liberals' eyes. I love you guys all. And like Don Cherry says, you people hold that line. And we'll see you guys back Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Adios, amigos.
Speaker, the President of the United States.
Days long, night is yours alone.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Sure,
members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Tonight, we renew our resolve that America will never be a socialist country.
Everybody cries. Everybody hurts.
More people are working now than at any time in the history of our country. 157 million people at work.
It's time to sing along.